Hello, viewers. Welcome to Family Bible. My name is Okekobi Ferdinand. I am your convener and I'm also your host. Today, we'll be discussing on one of the programs of Family Bible. We tag it Family Pause. Family Pause is part of our program where we discuss family welfare, how one can maximize his financial potential as a family man or as about to be a family man. We teach families, we educate ourselves, we highlight and enlighten people in areas, financial reasoning, and maximizing financial opportunities. So today I'll be talking about our very own Davido himself, the 30BG, as people do call him. Some call him OBO, but we know him as David Adeleke, Davido. I happened to come across a certain video. Do you understand? And in that video, I saw a young man who came across Davido, and he was shouting, doing this, doing that. In fact, he was kind of filled with joy, jumping up and down. He said, oh, Davido, are you the one I'm seeing? This and that. Oh, David, giving him all his names. No, shouting it out. He was filled with joy. Then I was looking at this guy. An Igbo adage kept passing through my mind. That adage says that he who climbs an Iroko tree should kind of make good use of that opportunity, get the best of the firewood Iroko tree can give, because it is not all the time that one gets the opportunity to climb such a very, very, very big, huge, and record-rendering tree. Do you understand? So Iroko is a very, very large tree, as in people revere it. Whoever that climbs it and that has the opportunity to climb it at least once should get all he or she wants from that tree. So now this guy had the opportunity to meet Davido, and this guy was just being happy all through. And this question kept ringing in my heart, in my head. I wasn't talking to this guy, I was talking to myself. If I happen to be this guy, and I'm seeing Davido today for the first time, what would be my best take home from such encounter? If Davido happens to pass through my streets, through my door, if he happens to wind down his glass and talk to me, Okekobi Ferdinand, what will be my best take home? What should I kind of derive from that? And I know that as I'm saying this, most of you will be saying, what is he up to? For you to understand what I'm talking about, let's watch that video together. Now, having watched the video, you can see what I'm talking about. Please, for emphasis sake, I am not trying to insult that young man. No. People have their own encounter, but I'm talking about making best use of an encounter. Do you understand? So, now, let me start this way. I came to know about Davido's musical career before I knew about his family. When I came to know about his music, I kind of looked at him from the angle of a hustler. Now, this guy hustles. He hustles. As in, I was kind of imagining, the energy, the vibe in him to succeed drives me crazy. I was saying, guy, most of the times I kind of sit down, look at him, trying to study, because I study people a lot, try to see what I can take away from someone's life. Do you understand? So I was kind of studying him, looking at him. What can I take away from this guy's life? Along the line, something happened. The thing dampened my spirit. And that was me finding out that he is from a very wealthy family. So when I noticed that this guy was from a very wealthy family, I kind of say, well, he was born into wealth, and virtually all the spoons you can see good people or wealthy people having, as in coming to this world with, he had it at birth. silver spoon, golden spoon, diamond spoon, all these type of spoons. So I believe he had them at birth. So, and because of that, I said, well, he was born to succeed. Nothing can stop him. He was born to be who he is today. Until one day I got the shock of my life. And that kind of reset my brain, made me to look deeper into him. What was it I'm talking about? One certain day, I was watching TVC News, Auntie Morayo, you know that program, The View. Yeah, Auntie Morayo was the anchor. So in that program, she was anchoring it with Yeni Kuti and the other ladies. So dear Yeni Kuti said something, and that thing touched me a lot. That thing changed my perception about Davido and also changed my perception about life. What did she say? She said that when Davido was beginning, in the beginning days of musical career, he would come to Calcutta Republic, that is Fela and Nicola Shrine, and he will be asking for stage time for him to perform, to show the world his talent. Then in most of these times, he was not availed stage time because of a series of activities that go on Calcutta Republic, you know. So then one day he was given that stage time. This guy was performing, and just sometime into his performance time, he was kind of cautious because of other activities. And she said Davido broke down. He kind of wept. He kind of felt bad. This energy, this ginger, he kind of felt bad. And I sat down and asked myself, if Davido could do this, why am I sitting down so comfortable? Why am I thinking the way I'm thinking? Remember, let me give you a small analysis of this guy. That's Davido I'm talking about. Trying to take something from his life that people that only shout about his success should also look into. Because if you have time to shout about Davido's success too much, you should also have time to look into this aspect of his life and take something home from it, and I believe you benefit. Davido is from the Adelekes. Adeleke, as you know, is a wealthy family. Adeleke, as you know, is a very, very big name in Nigeria. Adeleke, as you know, is a name that if you want to count families in Nigeria, if you don't count them, you are an enemy. I hope you know that. So, as in Adeleke, you have godfathers, you have kingmakers, you have money men. So, what are you talking about? So, which means Davido, even if he hadn't maybe shown interest in music, that guy's life will be green. Nothing short from green. Emphasis on what? Green. That's not just that. This is a guy that when he was born, from the hospital to his home, the person that drove him home is the Almighty Dangote. They drove him home from his house, from the hospital to his house. That's the guy we're talking about. And the guy that drove him from hospital to his house is the world's richest black man currently. So you can ask him. Now, apart from that, look at the life of his siblings. Davido's siblings, most of them are not into music. I don't know if any of them are into music. I don't know much of them, but you can see that even without doing music, they are all good. So Davido's life could never be anything short or less from what you are seeing from his brothers and sisters. Now, not minding all these things, this guy dropped them aside. He let go his family background. Not that he threw it away, but he dropped it aside. This guy journeyed on his own. Because I know you know, and you know there is no lie in what I'm about to say now, that this guy, if he had called his father, just a single phone call like this, Dad, please, can you speak to these people on my behalf? They would give him almost 30 minutes stage time to sing. Of course, the management of that Calcutta Republic will give him 30 minutes time to sing and perform. But he did not. He hustled by himself. He carved a name for himself, even though the family was made and is still made. Even though he had a very good foundation, a very good origin. Even though he has a very good beginning, his entrance into the world was kind of massive. He dropped all those things. He took this one and he started striving until the time came. Davido, 30BG, OBO became a domestic name that you cannot pass through any family in Nigeria without a single member of that family telling you about Davido. A 31, 32, 33-year-old guy becoming such massive. Now, brother, what I'm talking about. I want to ask you that question I asked myself. If I am to meet Davido now, what will be my take home from that meeting? And I'm also asking that question, if you are to meet Davido, what will be your take home from the meeting? Will it be like this guy that saw him, had the opportunity of seeing him face to face, and all he could take home was the jubilation he got from his music, shouting, OBO, this, that, oh, 30BG, Davido, oh, my man, Davido, all this thing. It is not a bad one. Davido deserves that, and even more. He has carved his name in the sand of times. We know that. So if you celebrate him, it's not a bad thing. It's even an honor to him because he deserves it. He has done something massive. So celebrating him is not a bad thing at all. So I'm not against it. No, I'm not against it. But I will tell you what I will do if I am to meet Davido now. If I see Davido, I will first of all look at him deeply and tap inspiration. I will look at him deeply and tap inspiration. The inspiration is this: one, that ancestors are not just those that have come and died and dwell in the great beyond. No, that's not what ancestors are only. But although denotatively, by dictionary definition, that's what ancestors are. But connotatively, it does not only mean that. Ancestor does not only mean those people, those kind of persons. No. Ancestors are not just all those only, maybe the elderly guys that have kind of stayed, lived, and are elderly connotatively anyway. Maybe with wisdom, the kind of people call wise men, all these things. No, they're not just only there. I will tap an inspiration from Davido that ancestor can do well among us young men. Ancestors can dwell among us connotatively, yes. Believe you me, they can dwell among us. Because it is not just those that have come, died, and are gone. No, ancestors can also be those living that carry in them the legacy of those that have died. Those of our ancient lineage that came, they have dreams they could not achieve, but their dream is still alive in us. Their dream is still active in us. They, as in, we carry it. We live it out, we achieve it, and thereby giving their name meaning wherever they are. Remember, if you're calling Davido today, you will mention, oh, his uncle is so and so. Oh, that one that died. Okay, that is his uncle, yes. Can you now see? He has given value to the name of that man that came, died, possibly without achieving anything, even though he was an Adeleke. That's an inspiration. And on this, I can tell you that Davido, although he is living, although he's a young guy of 30, 31, 32, 33, whichever he falls in, he is an ancestor. He has in him sense, brain, gifted and endowed. Yes, I can give him that. If I meet Davido, I will tap another deep inspiration. The inspiration will be that I must stop blaming my family lineage for who I am today. Most of us, we blame our parents, living or dead, for what we are today, for who we are today. We said that, if where were they? Where were my father? I was okay. Where was my father when Adeleke was making his money, or where was he when Tinubu or Dangote them, or all these guys, they were making his money? And if he had made money and kind of positioned himself well, he won't be suffering much. Davido proved to me that that is bullshit. You know why? Because I was having this opinion that he got where he is today because of his family name. But this guy dropped his family name. He dropped his family name. He kind of carved out a name for himself. I knew Davido before I knew that name Adeleke. I didn't know about Adeleke. I'm telling you the truth without meaning insult. No, they are a great family. I didn't know about them. I know about Davido before I know about Adeleke. Do you understand? So I will stop blaming my parents. I will kind of say to me, my father came, possibly he tried his best, but he could not achieve anything. That, you okay, Kobe, some Ferdinand, I will achieve something. I will make him proud. I will give value to my father's name, to my parents' name. I will bring fortune and glory to them. And you can also agree with me that Davido, that name Davido, gave more definition to the name Adeleke. You can attest that. And listen too, without meaning insult, most of you watching me here, you can also attest to the fact that the name Davido is even more popular than most of your villages. Without meaning insult, no insult, it's more popular than most of your villages. So you can see that too. So, and before now, the name Adeleke was a kind of Western name, known mostly in the Western world by politicians and people that knows. That is, if you know, you know. Do you understand that vibe? If you know, you know. But when Davido came, other people, when you see a guy performing well, whose father is this? Oh, okay, for which family? That kind of a thing. So Davido gave the Adeleke name more value, more relevance. So I will tap that from him, not to blame my dad for who I am or for what I am, for not turning out great, for not turning out this. I would take the struggle. I would take the fight, a humble fight, a good fight. I will take it, and I will succeed like he succeeded. The last one, if I meet Davido today, I will take from him his humility. That guy before he became made, he was a humble guy. Imagine such a guy with that background I mentioned, not just now, starting in such a small manner. He could have started so massive, but he started in such a small manner. So it's a sign of humility on his own side. I admire that. Then what marvels me most is what he does. Most times, he's high up like this, but most of the times you see him descending this low just to be with friends. I've never seen him discriminate friends, irrespective of the risk factor, the risk around him as a successful person. When you are successful, you attract risk to yourself. So irrespective of those risks attached to a successful person, I've never seen him discriminate, as in insult his homies, those that he knew before he climbed up. I've seen him, I've watched him, I've seen him done kind of skits with people that are down. It's what will he benefit from the skits? He's popular already. Not money, he has money. The only thing that makes sense to me why he performed in those skits is because he wants to pull his people from down, from grass to grace, to a place of opportunity. That's the only thing. So now, brothers and sisters, my good friends outside there, members of Family Vibe Services, listen. My emphasis on this is this: if you meet opportunity, please don't joke about it. Don't joke with it. Don't be filled with sentiment about it. When you meet opportunity, grab it. Don't be a desperado, do you understand? But don't miss out of opportunities. Make a reasonable use of every opportunity that passes you by. Not just shouting Davido only. You can say something like that blind man when he saw Jesus. Others were shouting Jesus. Listen up. Others were shouting Jesus. When this blind man saw Jesus, he didn't just shout Jesus. He acted in a way that drew Jesus' attention to him and asked him, "What do you want me to do for you?" And he said that I may see. So when you see people of value that stoop so low to talk to you, don't be carried away. Don't be lost. Make a comment. Reasonable one. Thank you all.